Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to break down the full review here of Hobgoblin and his character kit. And more importantly, guys, remember, we do have the red stars being released for him respectively today. So that means there's going to be an increase here of the 15% chance to maximize on the opportunity to get the 7 red for him. Get it out of the way before he gets removed from that promotional period. Now, having said that, he is the second member of the Insidious team as part of this Sinister 6, Superior 6, and Insidious 6 rework happening right now, and also required as part of the next raid required team in the tech section. So what I love about this is obviously, as the updates have come, this 3-piece of Hobgoblin with Scorpion and Superior Spider-Man has allowed for some ideas and different theory crafting aspects depending on if you want to engage in raids versus Cosmic Crucible and War ultimately, right? So lots to be had, lots of value, which I'm really liking. And I think, yeah, if characters like Scorpion even having a little bit of love being placed on War defense, Hobgoblin is going to thrive also in his own respect. So we'll be taking a look at that. We'll also be reviewing, what potential ISO-8 is going to make the most sense for him given his utility here. So you can see to start off the bat, again, similar to the other tech characters that we know is required for the raid section, he is going to be a Spider-Verse Sinister 6 classification here. And also note that he is a controller. So usually with controller characters, they typically dictate the match, have some crowd controlling aspects, and then we'll take a look at that's actually holding true here for what we're seeing for his kit. Pumpkin Bomb, basic ability. Attacking primary target for piercing damage, and you can see he's going to get bonus attacks along the way as we level this up, in addition to piercing damage along the way. So you can see by the time we level it up to level 6, there's actually a bonus attack of 3 times here, in addition with the T4 upgrade, adding an additional 50% piercing. So very similar to kind of what we've seen in the past. Basic abilities are the ones that are usually more of a luxury upgrade. So if you have T4s to spare, this could be one that you may want to just leave out potentially. Otherwise, let's take a look at the rest of the kit before we make that decision on what to prioritize, especially for his abilities here to maximize his potential. Unhinged Assault. Attacking primary and adjacent targets for, once again, piercing damage. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. Characters also killed by this attack cannot be revived. So very notable, because obviously finishing them off means they're not coming back to face up again in the challenger match. So this ability, also similar to basic, repeat attack using a new primary target randomly chosen from the previous secondary target. So essentially meaning that he's going to go back to attacking some of those allies already initially enemies initially impacted, but not the primary, of course. Piercing, he's going to be flipping positives, and then once again repeating the attacks over and over as we increase his ability and output. So what's really notable about his kit is that he is going to be adding quite a bit of piercing and a little bit of aspects here of just flipping to add additional debuffs on the enemy, but more importantly as well, once again, T4 here repeating this attack 3 times using a new primary target randomly selected. So he's going to be just going ham all over the place across that multitude or section of enemies that he's gone through. So yeah, I mean, could he attack everybody on the actual match and field? 100%, because they'll be chaining again to those adjacent and secondary targets. So he could be going back and forth. So very interesting, and again, unavoidable, can't be blocked, and any characters that are going to be killed by this attack can't be revived. So this is a good one in T4, guys, just because getting that, once again, additional attack there, and it's a barrage, right? So, and that's very signature of what we would expect from a goblin type character in the game, similar to what we've seen with Classic, except he only does the 1 bombardment, whereas this one's going to be back and forth. So this is a strong T4 in my honest opinion. Ultimate, Trick or Treat. Attacking all enemies for 100% damage. In addition, the bonus attacking, once again, 5 random enemies for 50% damage. If this character also has 2 or more Insidious, this attack will not miss. So very notable addition there, obviously, because it means that it always basically lands regardless if you have the full team together. Heal block is also going to get stricken on the enemies. In addition, raids, this is where it's going to matter as well. The trauma is absolutely detrimental and crucial to controlling the matchup here, ensuring that the debuffs stay and cannot be cleared. And then as well, the T4 upgrade here, really mainly situated for the raid setting, applying that trauma for 2 full turns. So an absolute must upgrade right here for raids. So this first and foremost should be probably the immediate upgrade, just because we do need this team every single day for raid progression. If you're not at that point where you need this team in raids, then that's where I'd hold back and wait at level 6 until you're ready to go. But yeah, so far, Ultimate and the special seem to be locks. We'll take a look at the passive here as well. Maniacal Mastermind. On a successful attack by this character, applying a random negative effect. So every time he does do a successful attack on the enemy, there's going to be some negatives being placed. If this character does have 2 Insidious allies, and as well as 2 Sinister 6 allies, defense down, in addition to slow and offense down, and also gaining 1,000 extra % focus as well, so making sure that this is going to likely land. When an enemy that has a negative effect is attacked, he's also going to be injuring the most injured enemy for 50% damage, and once again, if he has the synergy of Insidious and Sinister, allies cannot have their focus reduced. So really notable there, guys, because it means essentially we likely do not need him in a skirmisher role just because of the fact that he does have lots of focus already being provided, and pretty massive as well in addition to that, ensuring that his abilities are going to land consistently. As well, when we obviously increase his ability, this is also going to be reducing speed bar dependent on the upgrades here, additional damage here as you can see on the successful attacks, applying an additional random negative effect for 2 turns, and offense down, defense, and slow for additional 2 turns. And the T4 upgrade here, giving him a notable 50% boost. So again, I think the ultimate special and the passive make the most sense. Prioritization-wise, I mean, 50% damage is huge for his kit, right? And he's going to be doing a lot of damage across the board through the multitudes of what he's providing in terms of the repeated attacks. So a couple of things do stand out. I mean, if you take a look at just maximizing his potential output with the majority of his abilities based on the piercing, that's a trigger for me whenever I see piercing damage, is that you want to maximize that in the way of the ISO-8 Raider. ISO-8 Raider is going to be applying vulnerable, which also causes more devastation and damage to be applied. But in addition, all of his attacks actually repeat. So when you have more chances of a repeated attack in addition to ISO-8 Raider, chances are he's probably going to get a lot more potential damage output. Having said that, I can also see the Striker ISO-8 being very notable on him, because if there's a character that's getting attacked and he also has, once again, the initial bombardment here of his Pumpkin Bomb, he's going to be applying these piercing attacks over and over and doing the bonus attacks on top of that as well. So, I mean, I think the preset right now is that Raider ISO-8 is probably going to be the best right now for raids. Striker is going to be dependent on the different matchups, and as well dependent on potentially the game mode that you want to utilize him. But for maximizing damage output, especially across waves of enemies, definitely makes Raider ISO-8 the most sense right now, guys. So I am waiting right now because remember, Scorpion is coming into the Antimatter store in just a few days, early next week. So bide your time. It's been a good farm ability. I'm holding my cores because I just don't see the need to spend it when these characters have been coming into the game in a very, a reasonable as well as pretty effective manner, in the fact that we have lots of resources to actually purchase them from the store directly as opposed to using power cores. So that's my game plan, guys. Hopefully this helps you out. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Are you excited for Hobgoblin? This is a huge classic character that we're finally getting into the game as well. Thank you for your time as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.